There are moments in life when you feel a stirring deep within your soul, an undeniable sense that there is something greater, something divinely destined for you. It's as if a quiet whisper calls out from the very depths of your being, urging you to rise, to embrace a calling that transcends the ordinary. Have you ever experienced this? Have you ever found yourself standing at the crossroads of life, sensing that the path before you holds not just purpose, but divine significance? I want to tell you, dear friend, that this is no mere coincidence. This is God's voice, gently beckoning you, inviting you to step into the purpose He has laid out specifically for you. Right here, right now, in this moment, you are not just existing, you are being called to a higher purpose, a purpose that is uniquely yours. As you reflect on your life's journey, think about the challenges you've faced, the doubts that have lingered, the pain that has threatened to overwhelm you. Perhaps you have asked, why me? Or wondered how you would ever make it through. But here's the truth. Every single experience, every challenge, every moment of struggle has led you to this point. Nothing has been in vain. God has been using each step, each trial, to prepare you for what is to come. The pain you've endured has been shaping you, refining you, molding you into the person who is capable of walking the path He has prepared for you. This is a divine moment, a pivotal time in your life. Today, I want you to understand that this very moment is not random. It is filled with divine significance. God's hand has been upon your life, guiding you even when you couldn't see it. And now He is calling you to rise up and walk the path He has laid before you. This path may not always seem clear. It may seem daunting, uncertain, and filled with obstacles. You may not know every step you need to take, but one thing is certain. The path that lies ahead is filled with purpose. It is a purpose that has been written into your life story long before you ever took your first breath. You were not created by accident. You were created with intention, with a divine purpose in mind. God's plan for your life is far greater than anything you could have imagined for yourself. He has been orchestrating events behind the scenes, placing people in your life, and shaping circumstances to bring you to this very moment. The struggles you've faced were not meant to break you. They were meant to build you, to equip you with the strength and resilience needed to fulfill the calling on your life. And now here you are. The invitation is being extended to you. The question is, will you answer? Will you take that step of faith, trusting that God's plans for you are good, that He will never leave you nor forsake you? This is the moment to step out in faith, to embrace the destiny that awaits you. But I know that some of you may still be hesitant. You may be asking, what if I'm not ready? What if I'm not good enough? What if I fail? These doubts are natural, but let me remind you of something powerful. God doesn't call the equipped. He equips the called. He doesn't wait for us to be perfect before He calls us into His service. He calls us as we are, with all our flaws, all our imperfections, and He makes us capable through His grace. God sees the potential in you that you may not even see in yourself. He sees the strength in you that has been hidden beneath layers of doubt and fear. He knows what you are capable of because He created you with a purpose, and He is ready to walk with you every step of the way as you step into the calling He has for you. It may be difficult to imagine yourself stepping into this great calling, especially when life's obstacles seem insurmountable. But remember this, God doesn't call you to do it on your own. He is with you. He is guiding you, strengthening you, and providing for you. The path may not always be easy, but He promises to be your help and your strength. When you are weak, He will be strong. When you feel lost, He will show you the way. When you are weary, He will give you rest. This is the time for you to rise. This is the time for you to take the step into the divine purpose that God has prepared for you. The time for hesitation is over. The time for doubt is over. The time for standing still is over. Today, God is calling you forward. He is calling you to step into the destiny He has designed for you, a destiny that is far beyond anything you could have ever dreamed for yourself. But the question remains, will you answer that call? Will you step out in faith, knowing that God is leading you to something greater than you could ever ask or imagine? Will you trust in His plan, even when you can't see the full picture? This is your moment. This is your time. God is calling you, and He is ready to walk with you every step of the way. All He asks is that you trust Him, take that first step, and answer His call. And when you do, you will find a life filled with purpose, peace, and fulfillment being like you have never known before. The journey ahead may not always be easy, but it will be worth it. Because when you step into the calling that God has for you, you step into a life that is rich with His love, His grace, and His power. So today, my friend, I ask you, will you rise? Will you step forward into the divine purpose that God has for your life? The choice is yours, and I believe with all my heart that this is the moment you've been waiting for. Will you answer? Faith is not merely an internal belief. It is an active force that compels you to take bold action, even when the road ahead is obscured in uncertainty. It's the courage to move forward, even when the world around you seems unstable and when the path is unclear. Faith is not passive. It's living out your trust in God's promises despite not always knowing the next step. It's a decision to move forward with courage, knowing deep in your soul that God's presence is guiding every step you take, even when you can't see the full picture. God's plan for each of us is often far beyond what we can imagine or comprehend. The Bible speaks of His ways being higher than ours, His thoughts greater than our own. The truth is, the journey that at one point may have seemed filled with confusion and doubt is now beginning to make sense. When you look back on your life, what may have seemed like random struggles, moments of pain, and times of fear were actually the moments where God was refining you, chiseling away the parts of you that were not aligned with His purpose. You might have felt lost at times, as though you were walking through fire, but those were the moments when God was shaping you, preparing you for the divine purpose He always had in mind. You might have asked, why me? Or why now? These questions are natural. After all, the road we travel on doesn't always look how we imagine. But there's one truth that remains unshaken. God's plan for you is perfect, and His timing is always right. In the midst of the challenges and the trials, He has been doing something incredible within you. Every setback, every challenge, every moment of struggle is a piece of the puzzle that's been carefully placed by a loving God. Those moments of suffering have not been in vain. God was not only with you in those moments, He was using them to make you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the mission He's about to unfold in your life. The refining process, though painful, is necessary. It is a preparation for something bigger. It is the molding of your character, the strengthening of your faith, and the deepening of your relationship with God. If you had not walked through the fire, you would not be equipped for the greatness that God is calling you to. Now the moment has come when you must rise, step forward with unshakable faith, and claim the purpose that God has set before you. You have been prepared for such a time as this. Your divine purpose is greater than anything you have imagined, and it is waiting for you. The dreams, the desires, the calling that has been planted deep within your heart, those whispers from God that you have heard, are not just idle thoughts. They are His invitation to step into His destiny for you. The path ahead is filled with promise. Yes, it may seem daunting, and yes, there may be moments when fear tries to take hold. But know this, you are more than capable because God Himself has equipped you. Every experience, every hardship, every moment of faithfulness has been leading to this very moment. And now it's time. It's time to claim what God has promised you. It's time to walk boldly in the purpose a purpose He has laid out. There's no more hesitation. The waiting season is over. You have been called to something greater than yourself, and now it is time to rise, to step into the calling, to take the action that proves your faith, and to walk with boldness into the destiny that God has prepared for you. This Bible is full of stories of ordinary people who were chosen by God to do extraordinary things. Moses, David, Esther, and countless others were faced with moments of doubt and fear, but they chose to trust God and step into their divine purpose. You too have been chosen for something special. Your life is no accident. Everything you have walked through has been a preparation for this moment. So I challenge you today. Step forward. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let the mistakes of the past define you. Your divine purpose is greater than your past failures, and it is time to claim the future that God has designed for you. The journey is not always easy, But with God leading the way, you can trust that you will be equipped for every step. He has already gone before you, and he will never leave you. As you step forward, hold on to this truth. You were born for such a time as this. God's plan for you is not just a distant hope, it is here now, and it is waiting for you to walk in it. The challenges ahead may seem overwhelming at times, but remember this: God is greater than every obstacle, and his purpose for your life will always prevail. It's time to rise. It's time to claim the destiny that God has for you. The time is now. Have you ever felt the weight of waiting? The feeling of standing at the edge of your dream, peering into a future that feels so close, yet so far away? It's easy to get discouraged when the path ahead seems unclear, when the prayers you've prayed seem unanswered, when your breakthrough feels just out of reach. We've all been there. In those moments, it's easy to let frustration take root, to question whether God is really listening, or if his promises are just words without substance. But here's the truth that we must cling to. God's timing is perfect. It may not always align with our plans, our schedules, or our expectations, but it is always, without fail, the right time. The power of waiting in faith. There is power in waiting. I know it doesn't feel like it. I know the silence can be deafening. I know that the waiting room of life can seem like the longest, most unbearable place to be. But it's in that season of waiting that God does his most profound work in us. He isn't just making us wait for the sake of it. He's preparing us for something greater than we can possibly imagine. In the book of Ecclesiastes, we are reminded that to everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. This isn't just a poetic phrase, it's a profound truth that applies to every part of our lives. There is a time for healing, a time for growth, and yes, a time for breakthroughs. Sometimes God holds us in this waiting period because he knows that the person we are now isn't ready to handle the full blessing as he has in store. There's a refining process, a shaping of character, a strengthening of faith that takes place in the waiting. God is at work even when we don't see it. When the Israelites wandered through the desert, God had already promised them the land of milk and honey, but they didn't receive it until the right moment. There was a purpose in their waiting, to prepare them for the land they were about to possess. Similarly, your waiting is not wasted. It is a preparation for something bigger. The door is open. Walk through it, and then, just when the waiting has felt like it's been too long, God opens the door. What was once closed is now wide open, and what you have prayed for, what you have hoped for, and what you have worked toward is finally here. That door is not just an opportunity, it's the fulfillment of God's plan for your life. It's the manifestation of his promise. This is the time to rise. The door is open, but now you have to walk through it. There's a shift happening in the spiritual realm. The things you've been holding on to in faith, the prayers that seem to have gone unheard, are now being answered. This is the moment when all that preparation, all that waiting, all that growing has led you to this point. God doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't waste time. And when he opens the door for you, it's not just a random coincidence. It is the fulfillment of his perfect timing. Don't hesitate. Step into your breakthrough. I want you to hear me clearly on this. It's no longer the time to hesitate. The breakthrough you've been waiting for is not only coming, it is here. It is time for you to step into the fullness of what God has prepared for you. For so long, you've stood at the threshold, uncertain, waiting for the right moment. But let me tell you, the moment is now. The time to hold back is over. The time to question whether you are worthy, whether you are capable, is over. God has already equipped you with everything you need. All he's waiting for is for you to trust him enough to walk forward. I know the fear is real. The doubts will come. The questions will flood your mind. But this is where faith steps in. Faith is not just believing that God can do something. It's trusting that God will do what he has promised and that he is with you every step of the way. You may feel unprepared. You may feel overwhelmed by the task ahead. But remember, you are not walking into this moment alone. God is right there with you, guiding you, strengthening you, empowering you to walk into your breakthrough. The Holy Spirit is your companion, your advocate, your strength. A new season is here. It's a new season. The old has passed away and the new is here. This is a moment of transition, of transformation, and it's happening right now. You are no longer in the waiting season. You are in the season of fulfillment. The dreams that once felt out of reach are now within your grasp. The prayers you've prayed are about to be answered. The work that you have put in is about to bear fruit. It's your time to shine, to step into the destiny God has designed for you. Don't let fear, doubt, or insecurity hold you back. This is your time to rise. I want you to know that even though the waiting may have felt long, the preparation was worth it. God knew exactly what he was doing. He wasn't late. He was perfect in his timing. And now he's calling you to walk into the victory that he has been preparing for you. Trust the process. Your breakthrough is here. If there's anything I want you to take away from this, it's this. Trust the process. God has been working behind the scenes on your behalf, orchestrating every detail, aligning every moment, and preparing the way for you. Now is the time to trust that his plan is unfolding exactly as it should. Don't look back at the waiting with frustration. Don't look back at the struggles with regret. Look forward with hope. Look forward with faith. The time for your breakthrough is now, so step forward, knowing that God has already gone ahead of you. He has made the way, he has opened the door, and he is waiting on the other side to receive you into the fullness of his promise. Your breakthrough is not just coming, it is already here, and it is time for you to step into it. Imagine for a moment living a life where each step you take is guided by the loving hand of God. A life where every decision you make, no matter how small or grand, aligns perfectly with his divine will. A life where you walk in peace, walk in confidence, and know without a shadow of a doubt that God's favor is upon you. This, my friends, is the life of divine favor. It is not about earthly riches or fleeting success, though such blessings may come as a result of God's favor. Divine favor is far greater than material gain. It is the grace to live each day knowing that God is with you, working in and through you. It is the confidence that even when the path ahead is unclear, he has already paved the way. Divine favor brings with it a peace that transcends understanding, a peace that steadies your heart and gives you the courage to face the challenges of life head on. When you experience God's favor, you are lifted to new heights. What seemed impossible becomes achievable. Doors that were once closed swing wide open, and opportunities arise in places you least expect. Divine favor takes you beyond your own abilities and qualifications, placing you in positions where God's purpose for your life can be fulfilled in ways you never imagined. It empowers you to overcome obstacles that once seemed insurmountable and gives you the strength to rise above every trial. But the beauty of divine favor is that it is not just for you alone. It is a favor that blesses you so that you can be a blessing to others. When God pours his favor into your life, it spills over, touching the lives of those around you. Your blessings become a testimony to others of God's goodness, and they are inspired to believe that God's favor can also be upon them. This season of divine favor is not a temporary moment. It is a lasting transformation that will change your life forever. It is a season of elevation, a season of breakthrough, and a season where the impossible becomes possible. God is calling you into a new realm of favor, one that will allow you to walk in a higher purpose, to achieve what you once thought was beyond your reach, and to shine his light into the lives of others. God's favor is not something you have to earn. It is a gift, freely given, because of his boundless love for you. It is not about your worthiness, but about his grace. All you need to do is receive it, step into it, and trust that as you walk in his favor, he will lead you to exactly where you need to be. And when you do, you will not just find yourself blessed, you will become a vessel of blessings for others. So what does it look like to walk in divine favor? It means living with a sense of purpose, knowing that each moment is guided by God's hand. It means walking with boldness because you know that you are favored by the creator of the universe. It means rising above adversity, knowing that God's power is at work within you. It means living a life that glorifies God and reflects his goodness to the world. As you embrace this season of divine favor, let go of the fear and doubt that once held you back. Trust that God is leading you into a future filled with his blessings. The doors to your breakthrough are already open, And with God's favor, you will step into the fullness of his promises. In this season of divine favor, know that you are not just receiving blessings for yourself. You are being equipped to bless others. God is calling you to be a light in the darkness, to shine his love and truth in a world that desperately needs it. Your life is a testimony of his faithfulness, and through you, others will come to know his grace. So, step into the divine favor that is waiting for you. Embrace it with open arms and walk confidently into the future God has prepared for you. His favor will elevate you, transform you, and empower you to live out the purpose he has set before you. The best is yet to come. Have you ever wondered why you're here? Have you ever felt that deep stirring within your soul that whispers, there's more to you than what you see? It's not by chance that you are alive today. There's a divine purpose etched into the fabric of your being, and that purpose is extraordinary. Your life, your journey, has always been part of God's perfect plan. And now, as you stand on the threshold of your divine destiny, it's time for you to rise and walk boldly into the life that God has destined for you. You were not created to be ordinary. From the very beginning, God designed you for greatness. When he formed you in your mother's womb, he had a specific purpose in mind, a purpose that transcends anything this world can offer. God didn't create you to just pass through life, existing in the mundane. No, my friend, you were chosen to make an impact, to rise above the challenges, and to live out a life that reflects his glory. And now you are on the cusp of walking into that calling. Your journey has not been easy. You've faced hardships, struggles, and moments of doubt. Perhaps there were times when you questioned your worth, wondering if you were truly capable of the greatness God has planned for you. But let me tell you, those struggles, those moments of pain and heartache, were not in vain. They were part of the preparation. Every trial you've faced, every obstacle you've overcome, has been shaping you into the person you are meant to be. Each tear you've shed, each mountain you have climbed, has been preparing you for this very moment. The moment when you step fully into the life God has been calling you to. God's grace is sufficient for you. It is not by your strength or ability that you will walk into your divine purpose. It is through his strength, his grace, and his unfailing love that you will rise. The Bible reminds us in 2 Corinthians 12:9 that God's grace is enough, for his power is made perfect in our weakness. It's when we feel least capable, least worthy, that God's strength shines the brightest. Your past, your mistakes, your shortcomings, none of these disqualify you from God's plan. In fact, they are the very things that God will use to bring glory to himself through your life. Now, as you stand on the threshold of this new season, know this: you are fully equipped for the journey ahead. God has already given you everything you need to fulfill your destiny. You are not lacking. You are not unprepared. You have been equipped with strength, wisdom, and divine favor. You have the power to overcome every obstacle that lies ahead, the confidence to walk with your head held high, and the assurance that God is with you every step of the way. The Bible tells us in Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. This is your promise. This is your declaration. Through Christ, you have the strength to fulfill your divine purpose. Through Christ, you are capable of achieving greatness. Through Christ, you will step into the future that God has prepared for you. Your destiny is not a distant dream. It is a reality waiting for you to claim. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment is now. God's timing is always perfect, and his time for you is now. It's time to rise, to embrace your divine calling, and to walk boldly into the future he has prepared for you. No more hesitation, no more fear. This is your time to step forward and claim the life that God has promised you. But how do you step into this divine destiny? It begins with trusting in God's plan for your life. It's easy to look around and wonder if you're on the right path, especially when life seems uncertain. But remember, God's ways are higher than our ways, and his plan is greater than anything we could ever imagine. When you trust in his plan, you can have confidence that everything you need will be provided for you. God will not call you to something without equipping you for it. Trusting in God's plan also means surrendering your own desires and fears. It means letting go of the need for control and placing your trust fully in his hands. When you do this, you will experience the peace that surpasses all understanding. You will feel a deep assurance that no matter what comes your way, you are not alone. God is with you, guiding you, leading you into the future He has designed for you. God has a plan for you, a plan that is bigger and greater than anything you could ever imagine. The life you've been dreaming of is not just a fantasy, it is part of His divine destiny for you. And He is calling you to walk in it. He is calling you to rise above the limitations of your past and step into the fullness of the life He has prepared for you. Your divine destiny is not just about personal success or achievement. It is about fulfilling the purpose God has placed within you, a purpose that is meant to impact others and bring glory to His name. The gifts, talents, and blessings He has given you are not for your own benefit alone. They are meant to be shared with others, to bring hope, love, and transformation to those around you. As you walk in your divine purpose, you will become a vessel of God's love, shining His light in a world that desperately needs it. This is the moment when everything you've gone through begins to make sense. The pain, the heartbreak, the challenges, they were all part of God's preparation for your divine destiny. And now you are ready. You are ready to run, to step into the future that God has prepared for you and to fulfill the purpose He has called you to. So will you rise? Will you trust in God's plan? Will you embrace the destiny He has for you? Your time is now. God is calling you to step forward with confidence, knowing that He is with you. Your destiny is in your hands, and it is waiting for you to claim it. This is your moment. This is your time to rise and walk boldly into the future that God has prepared for you. Embrace it. Live it. You were created for greatness, and now it's time to step into the life that God has destined for you. Your divine destiny is waiting. Will you answer the call?